Hey, hi, hello. So, productivity, autistic person with a little dash of ADHD. I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about something that works exceptionally well for me while I wait for files to. Oh, yes, let's go. Replace the files in the destination, baby. So, I'm backing stuff up. More importantly, how I manage my shit, because something that I am encountering over the last couple of times that I've been sitting down to work, is that I'm finding I've already done like a bunch of work that I've just forgotten that I've done. Like past me, I give past me a lot of shit. Like I give past me a really, really hard time, but they knew what they were doing. They were working hard. They were getting their shit together, and I love that for me. Because now when I sit down, I'm like, "Oh, wait, this is already all done and organized." And like categorized and cataloged and like what in the holy hell. So at some point or another I had my shit together. Then it all kind of fell apart. But what's working for me now is I'm keeping a running to-do list. I've got a couple of friends who do this as well, but it's not a to-do list in the sense that like I have to do all of these monumental tasks. I'm never going to be able to get them all done. I'm going to cry. Somebody send help. Oh dear God, please. No, it's not that kind of a to-do list. It's basically, hey, here's what's happening. Here's where you left off. That's actually what I've called this template. And it's just a Google Doc. This is not fancy. This is like you could do it on a scrap piece of paper. Like it really doesn't matter where you did get a whiteboard. I don't care. Whatever's going to work best for you. What works best for me is sitting down and typing it out as if I am typing it out for somebody else. This is genius. Have you ever done this? Have you ever treated yourself like you're kind of your own employee and you just know, like, I'm going to forget to do things. I actually do this for my business paperwork and taxes and stuff as well. It sounds ridiculous. And to somebody who doesn't deal with my issues, you're going to know or think that it's excessive, but it's not. 1 second, please. Are you going? You're going. You're done. You're done. Okay. It's done. But so somebody who doesn't deal with my issues is probably going to look at this and be like, I actually make myself step by step, open this folder. You will find this here. This is what you do with this, especially if it's a task that I don't do frequently. So for example, I do my paperwork because I'm a daredevil. I do it once a month, only once a month, okay? I know people that sit down at the end of every week that do their paperwork, and I know people who leave it until the end of the year, which I don't know what you people are smoking, but no. I think the longest I've gone is like 3 months, and I've hated myself for that. Don't do that. But something that I did at the end of last year, 2025, was I actually put together a document for myself that has the literal steps, each step, make it idiot proof. Okay. Open this folder, like open your PayPal, go to this page, download the thing. Also, because I love me a checkbox. Let me check some boxes, baby. Let's go. I love to check a box. I am a real sucker for checking boxes. Okay, boxes. Sometimes I'll add stuff to the to-do list that I've already done just so I can check a box. Like, okay. But that's what you do. Seriously. Each step. So that way, next month, I don't have to be like, oh, what did this mean? And also, like, I'm not dumb, but I process, so it looks like I'm dumb sometimes. I'm sure you've experienced this. If you haven't, you're really lucky. But this is how I'm treated in my life. If I can't recall information at the drop of a fucking pin, hat, whatever, it's like, oh, well, you're not smart enough. No, actually, I am one resourceful motherfucker. I can find the information. I know where to find the information. I know where the information is, and I will get it to you. But you cannot expect me just to whip stuff out willy-nilly on the fly. My brain doesn't process like that. And I'm okay with that because I've got workarounds. So what I do is everywhere, if I know that I'm going to forget what something is for, like I also have to track the GST that I get charged because I charge GST. So I have to track all of this shit. And I never remember on my spreadsheet what that section is for. So what did I do? Ask me what I did. I made a note. Make notes. Leave notes for yourself. Leave instructions for future you. If it's not something you have to do every single day, like taxes and shit are stressful. It's stressful. If it's not stressful for you, We're not living the same life, obviously, okay? But it's stressful for me, so this is what I do. But my work today, I had a lot of things and I didn't know where to start. And the problem is when I don't have it written down, my brain will keep reminding me, hey, you have to do this. Hey, you have to do this while I'm doing other tasks. And I can't do more than one thing at a time. And then transitioning from shit, let's not even talk about that. That's a whole other kettle of fish. So what I do, I sit down. The first thing that I do, I open my Google Doc. I scroll down. I make notes sometimes at the end of my workday, what you accomplished, or any extra notes for things I have to remember for the next time that I sit down. And the other reason that I do this is because my health and like my mental state fluctuate greatly. I feel great today. I could wake up tomorrow and not move from the couch all day. It's the kind of situation that I find myself in. And I work with that. I don't work against it. I work with it, damn it. Fucking figure it out. And so what I'll do is I make these notes because if I step away from my work for 3-5 days, which it does happen, I'm disabled, it happens, okay? I need to be able to remember where I was, and I won't. Like, I will eventually. But that is spoons. There's spoons. I don't have these spoons to spend. You don't have these spoons to spend. Who's got spoons to spend? Where are the spoons? So you make these notes. So what I did today was I reviewed what I had. I sat down, and I just went through everything. I double checked every email and I wrote it down. I was like, okay. And instead of actually just, it seems like maybe silly, like, oh, well, you have to do this thing twice then. You have to, but I've already explained why. I'm not going to rehash that again. And I write it down. You need to respond to this thing. You got to respond to this person. You've got an order that came in. You got orders to send off. And I make it really clear what it is I have to do. I don't make it vague. Make it clear for yourself. Like, again, like if none of this works for you, just take what works and roll with it. Find your inspiration from me and just create something new for yourself. That's how I've done this. This is like inspiration from like 58 different people that I've just into one thing, okay? But that's how I do it. I will sit down and it's almost like I'm sitting down with receptionist me or like, business coordinator, production manager, I don't know, whatever you want to call me. And I sit down like the CEO sitting down and I'm like, okay, this is what needs to get done. Here it is. I'm also able to prioritize things when I can actually see them on a list because some tasks are not like a 4-alarm fucking fire. Like it can wait, like it's fine. And that's how I do it. And that's how I chip away. So now I actually I'm watching, how do you say your name? Velocity? I want to say Veloci, but I think it's Veloci. Great Path of Titans content. My dude. 10 out of 10. I'm watching your tar pits and dinosaur updates video. Okay, but we're going over here. So I have my sheet. And it's broken down and I can go through it and I set a timer. I have a timer. I have a fucking rainbow timer. It's gorgeous. When you actually put it around, it has this obnoxious green light, which you can't really see, but it is there. And it's a fucking rainbow. And then it just beeps. Okay, beep warning. Real quick. There you go. All done. Rip the Band-Aid off. And I'll just check off the things. And then whatever doesn't get done today, because as I'm a small business owner, like I'm self-employed and the work never stops. I could work all day, every day. There is always an email, a comment. There's an order that needs to get, like something needs to happen with that. There's something is creating, as always something for me to do. I could work 24 hours a day, which I have in the past worked a ridiculous amount of time and it's just so unnecessary. But this is it. This is the thing. I make the list. I chip away at the list, and what doesn't get done today gets done tomorrow. I limit myself to the amount of work that I do. I kind of work sort of 3 to 5 hours a day. Some days I will work 12 hours a day. Okay, but generally speaking, I limit myself to 3 to 5 hours a day, depending on what it is that I'm doing. So, and then I just take breaks when I need to. And I mean that quite literally. Like if I felt right now like I needed to stop doing this, I'll just finish whatever it is I have to say to you and just go crash on the couch. I am in a position where I have support to do this and I recognize that not everybody does, and that in itself like distresses me to know that the situation I'm in. I'll also just add, like for what it's worth, I make negative like $500 a month right now. So my business was on hiatus for a good chunk of time there, and I made so little money that the government owes me a crap ton of money back. It's not a crap ton of money. It's literally going to go back to debt, but that's neither here nor there. Let's not talk about it. I just want to make it clear, though, that I'm not sitting here in a bunch of money. Just so that you know, like, I'm working, I am chipping away. I do not have a savings. I do not have a plan. There's no retirement. There's no nothing. We are flying by the seat of our pajama pants. We're doing the very best that we can. And yeah, I feel the need to say that, though, because like I watched a video yesterday actually by another content creator, not within the autism community so far that I'm aware. Although there are hints of things there, maybe a little bit. But they were just talking about some financial issues and like people not being prepared. And while I understand and appreciate that, wouldn't it be nice if I had any kind of a retirement plan? Aside from death, I don't really have a plan moving forward. Live out of my car? I don't fucking know. You know, like what? What are we, where are we getting the money from? I don't know. So just if you're struggling right now, like how I'm struggling right now, I have had to just take a deep breath and know that nothing is for sure. And you can have all the money stashed away that you want. And maybe, I don't know, the dinosaurs resurrect themselves and we have another apocalypse. I don't know. But nothing is for sure. And that's okay. And I will figure it out. And I don't know, that's kind of been the goal. I'd like to take this next kind of year and what's left of my 30s, oh God, and start to come up with a bit of a strategy and a bit of a game plan. That in itself is a really scary thing. So yeah, I don't know, 12-minute long video. Hey, that's it? That's all I have to say to you people? That's the whole kit and caboodle? I don't know, it feels too short. That feels too short. I don't know, sometimes you guys don't like the long format videos, but then sometimes you do. So I don't know what to say. All I want to say though is that structure for me looks very different than structure for other people in my life. The way that I do things does not work for a lot of people, but a lot of you people seem to relate to me for some odd reason. I love you all so much, but maybe something I say here, you can take from it and kind of roll with it. And otherwise, I want to thank you for watching. This was fun. Getting back into the swing of things. It's kind of weird. I want to find like a good sweet spot for how long. I only had minutes here to record because we are about to, in like 15 seconds, take my dog for a nice walkies because the snow stopped. Yeah, it's March. It was fucking snowing this morning. What is that? I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Comment below if you feel safe to do so and you've got some tips or something you'd like to share. We're not going for productivity, we're going for functionality. I think I said productivity at the beginning of this. I'm going for functionality. I'm going for productivity that exists within the realm of this. And that applies to you too. You got to find what works for you, right? I hate this like, oh, I've got the answer. I will fix all of your problems. Like, no, you won't. Bless you for thinking that you can, but I got this, right? So experiment, have some fun. Let's start a conversation. I love you guys, and I will catch you all again in my next video. Bye for now.